Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa has called on all South Africans to rise up against gender-based violence. He was the main speaker at the official Women's Day event in Tzaneen. Limpopo Zola Sholwana is in Tzaneen for the official Women's Day event. Zola, good to catch up with you and a happy Women's Day. Just walk us through some of those key aspects to the President's speech earlier on today.
Well, Hugo, what stood out of the President's address was him condemning the scourge of gender-based violence, essentially saying that this country has become unsafe for women and children living in it. Also, calling on men to play their part in fighting this crisis of gender-based violence. He has also mentioned that the government is currently at work in ensuring that women are included in different sectors of the country. They are represented in parliament, in leadership roles, and that a face of a black woman should not be a face of poverty, but a face of opportunities and also, representation in different sectors. Let me actually get a reaction from one of the attendees of the event. Ma'am, thank you very much for your time. You can just, from what the President was saying, are you convinced that this message will bring change in how women are living in this society and how they are viewed?
Thank you, Zola, and thank you for your viewers. First thing, the President did not really say much from what the previous administration used to really say to women. The challenges are skyrocketing. You look at the challenges of femicide. Every day, a woman is being killed in the hand of his lovers. Unemployment. Women are the ones who are suffering the most because they are the ones who have to feed their children on a daily basis. Recently, we had a case of women who were killed while feeding from foods that were meant for pigs. That really highlights the level of poverty, especially in our province in Limpopo. The other thing that I was expecting the President would touch on was the challenges faced by rural women who are really taking care of children with special needs. You look at our province, you try to find institutions that really cater for children, especially early childhood development centers that caters for children with special needs. They are just not there. Mothers with children with special needs really struggle. They don't know where to take their children to. Another thing, they are unemployed. They cannot afford to pay for people who can take care of their children. So really the President's speech was really disappointing. I was also expecting that the President will touch on the current challenge of women killing their children. I was expecting that from the President. The President did not touch on. I was expecting that the President will touch on measures that the government has put in place to really address the challenges of women with special needs in terms of getting support groups, formal support groups which are being established by at least a social worker or a psychologist. So really I am disappointed.
As much as you have expressed disappointment in what the President has said, would you say that South Africa has come a long way in terms of women being included in different sectors?
The country has made positive strides in some areas, especially in cities, not in rural areas. In cities, women are being empowered. Women are being granted opportunities. But my concern is about women in rural areas. Women in rural areas are being marginalized. The President spoke about inclusivity. The inclusivity is just him politicking. But when we look at the real situation, the inclusivity for women, especially in rural areas, is just not there.
Thank you very much. Mandwa there, she was one of the attendees of this program, Hugo. She has expressed disappointment in what the President was telling us a little bit earlier on, essentially saying that she feels like rural women were left out in that speech, and also women that are living with disabilities and those that are taking care of children who are living with a disability. And she acknowledges that we have made significant strides as a country, but rural women cannot say the same, as they are still marginalized. They're not exposed to opportunities as women that are in the city, essentially pleading that government should do more so that sometime next year we have a different story to tell in terms of reflections, because this day is not just a day of a celebration and commemoration. It's also a day for one to reflect as to what have we done so far, where are we now, and where is the country headed to. So for now, Hugo, this is all that we have here in Tzaneen in Limpopo. The program has been wrapped up. What we're seeing now is just festivities and people just really celebrating this day and what it is all about.
Zola, thanks so much for that update. Before we let you go, there are a number of stalls, pop-up shops that we've seen in the background, I think including correctional services, if I saw correctly. Just walk us through what some of those exhibitors are talking about, or the stories that they're telling, courtesy of their pop-up stands.
Well, Hugo, you'd understand that if you had to reflect 30 years ago, it would be something unusual to see a woman that is a police officer, or a woman who is a pilot, or a woman that's holding a certain position in government. Now, these stalls that we are seeing here are a representation of, what women are doing, and of course, giving people a chance to actually inquire about things that they need to inquire about. We've seen home affairs as well. Those that have challenges, especially in these kind of towns, rural towns, some of them don't have access to, home affairs on wheels, or if they do, they only get to see those trucks once in a while. So today's also an opportunity for people to engage with officials that are on the ground, that are sometimes hard to reach on a normal day. So really, that is what it's all about. All the stores that you see here that are represented, it's mostly government stores, essentially, where we are seeing departments such as correctional service, the municipalities also here. The SAPS, we would know that there are also opportunities, career opportunities for women in these different sectors that you see here that are represented. So we're seeing people interacting and also just engaging with the various representatives here, trying to find out what is really happening.
Zola Sholwana, I appreciate your time. That's really that conversation. Our reporter Zola Sholwana coming to us from Tzaneen, one of the centres that is commemorating Women's Day. President Cyril Ramaphosa speaking there earlier.